Hello and welcome to VoiceIgniters.com. I'm Wendy Wagoner, and this is video number 2 of a 10 video free series that you got for signing up with VoiceIgniters.com. It's true. Today's tip is going to be a talent development tip, and this is going to make a world of difference. If you're currently on the air, I'm sure at one time or another, because it happens to all of us, you found yourself talking away and in a black hole. Meaning you didn't know where you were going with it. You thought you knew what you were going to say, but when you actually started talking, you found yourself rambling with no way out, no smooth way out back into another element like another song or a commercial or whatever. Same with a talk show. Let's say you have a guest and you're trying to gracefully get into a break. This one tip is going to help you bridge the gap between that so you can professionally move from one thing to another. And then after a while, you're going to become good at it and you won't have to worry about it anymore, even though I still have times even now when I'm on the air and I find myself lost in some sort of black hole. So don't think that after you've done it a few times successfully, you don't have to worry about it anymore. No, because your mind can do funny things to you. Here's my tip. First, I want you to visualize a hammock. Okay, a hammock. So you have on one end the song or the talk segment you just came out of, then what you're going to talk about, and then the next element coming up next. Okay, in this right here, that's all yours. And sometimes that's where we find ourselves in a black hole. So if before I start to go into my break, write down one sentence to help me get into that, which let's say I'm going to talk about the weather. Okay. So as I come out of a song or at a talk show, if I come out of a break or I'm going to get ready to go into a spot out of a break and I want to talk about the weather, I'm going to write down one sentence to get me started. Maybe I'll write down, boy, it was sure a beautiful day today. That's all you need. Very simple. And that's like a launching pad. That's a launching pad to get you into whatever you want to talk about. I advise not to write down things word for word on anything you're really going to say on the air just because it sounds like you're reading word for word unless you're really good at ad-libbing something and making it sound natural. So we want to leave an area in there that you're going to have to use a little, creativity and think off the top of your head. That's the middle part. So you have your launching pad, which was, it's a beautiful day today. Then I can go into my weather. Now on the other end of that, which is the more crucial end, because this is where we find ourselves getting into trouble more often, I'm going to have a line that if for some reason when I start talking about the weather, I start to get lost in my mind, and in my mind I'm thinking you're lost, you're lost, you're lost, and I keep talking because I'm on the air live, but in my mind I keep thinking that thought, and the more I think that, the worse it gets, by the way. I have one line to help me out of that and into the next element that I have lined up. So we come out of our break, we say our intro, we launch ourselves into what we're talking about, we start talking, we find ourselves lost. I look down on my piece of paper because no one can see you. You look down on your piece of paper, you see that outro line you wrote out, which might be coming up next, one of my favorites from Van Halen. Simple little line. Doesn't have to be elaborate. Simple little line to get you to where you need to go. Do that as much as you can. It's part of show prep, which is very important. And by the way, we'll go into this in far more depth at VoiceIgniters.com, where I've got a 3-series course coming up in June, and you can sign up at VoiceIgniters.com. We'll take the tips I'm telling you here and really elaborate on them even more and get you really polished and great and professional at what you're doing. Now tomorrow is video number 3, and that's going to cover a program development tip, and it is going to be a fantastic tip to make your show sound a little more professional than it does now. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.